Hello, my name is Dwight Allen, and this is a conflict research case study of Michael Vick and the Philadelphia Eagles in 2009. Um, During this conflict and negotiation, there were primarily about three parties involved: the National Football League, the Philadelphia Eagles, and Michael Vick himself. There's some subsidiaries of those parties um, that were involved, which included NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell of the Philadelphia Eagles, were Coach Andy Reid, General Manager Tom Heckert, Vice President of Player Personnel Howie Roseman, Team President Joe Banner, and Michael Vick's parties were his mentor Tony Dungy and his agent Joel Siegel. This particular negotiation was about reaching a contract agreement with Michael Vick and the Philadelphia Eagles after Michael Vick was released from prison for serving 2 years for animal cruelty and dog fighting, in which he was found guilty for dog fighting and killing and murdering uh, pit bull dogs and other dogs during dog fighting cages that he held at his home. Um, Stemming from that, he was, suspended, kicked out of the NFL, and this negotiation was him wanting to enter back into the NFL and finding a team to do so. The Eagles' positions were basically someone that they wanted to see that he was truthfully heartfelt about wanting to change his life, someone who wanted to or could, provide positivity and community involvement, and he could create change and diminish the level of animal cruelty that was particular in the city. Reported by Judy Batista from the New York Times in 2009, these were some of the things that the Eagles were looking for. Vick's positions was primarily to just get a second chance. He wanted to be around people and players that would help him change and be a part of an organization that would help him institute his change in his lifestyle and move forward with everything that he had done. And he wanted to create a positive public image of himself. The interest of each party for Michael Vick himself was primarily a second chance. He wanted to show people not only had that he had continuously stayed in shape and could still perform at a high level of performance in the National Football League, but he also wanted to a chance to show the personal changes and growth that he had made as a person, and accepting the responsibility of what he had done and paying his price to society. The Eagles wanted someone who can contribute to the community, someone who deeply understood their actions, and someone out of Michael Vick in this, obviously from a football interest, but they wanted to show and wanted to see if they took the chance on him, if he could not only relate with his talent on his in the football field, but also relate his talent um, outside of the football field and contribute to society. The negotiation techniques used here, the objective criteria was the contract negotiation. As said by Michael Vick, was not about money, but it was more so about getting another chance. The contract specifics were $1.6 million, which was not guaranteed due to the severity of his situation. And there was a second-year option in which the team could decide whether or not they wanted to bring him back as a player again for the following season. The negative emotions were the feedback from the fans regarding what Michael Vick had done. Some of the owners and high executive staff at the Philadelphia Eagles were pet lovers themselves. So, those negative emotions came along with that, and he had to overcome those. And then the status, status was how the team would be viewed, how he would be viewed if he didn't live up to his changes. You know, how would he himself be viewed, and how would the Eagles be viewed for taking this chance on him? The things that went well in the negotiation, you know, the Eagles, from a professional standpoint, gave Michael Vick a chance. They went through a lot of meetings with him himself, his agent, Tony Dungy, who was a mentor, an ex NFL coach, and they basically, here we see where they remove the person from the problem, and they overlooked the things that happened and saw Michael Vick as a changed person. What went wrong here? The things that went wrong were could have been some of the specific negotiation as far as the contract. You know, considering the financial trouble that Michael Vick was in, they could have probably guaranteed him a little bit more, but they did not, and it's completely understandable. Um, Michael Vick, also from one standpoint, could have chosen other teams to look at. Not that that was wrong, but he could have given himself a better advantage at some teams, considering that he looked at all variables. Um, and then also, I think that he himself could have used more objective criteria when utilizing his negotiation. It seemed to be just a lot of um, personal things that he contributed to his change, but there wasn't much objective criteria. Examples of that could have been, how many community hours he gave back to the community, or what he planned on contributing to the community. One stipulation of his contract was that, just like every other player, they had a certain amount of community involvement that they had to obtain, but he could have used some objective criteria in his negotiation and showed them and told them up front that he wanted to accomplish um, a certain amount of time in doing that. There was an agreement reached. As said, the 1 year contract for Michael Vick for 1.6 million. They did not foster a long-term meaningful relationship just for the 1 year, although it did turn into that. Michael Vick did not stay with the Philadelphia Eagles for very long, but he still considers his teammates like Deshaun Jackson, the Eagle staff, and even head coach Andy Reid, who has moved on from the Eagles as well, as close friends and mentors in his life. Um, and as I said, the contract was for $1.6 million for 1 year. Um, that concludes the presentation. I hope you enjoyed this, and hope everyone enjoys this and can take a lot from it. Take care. Bye bye.